Howdy all my Galax Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. So, at the end of last episode, I do have a coffee bean left. I, fell out of the sky and crashed onto the ground. But I've got one coffee bean here. I was trying to think, man, how am I going to get back to my stuff? I don't have any kind of alcohol at this point. I have drunk it all. How am I getting back there? And then it hit me. You know, I do have one coffee. One. Which is supposed to be the start of my coffee. But you know what? I gotta use it. I gotta get my stuff back. I guess I don't have to. But, who wants to not have their stuff? That's just... that'd be weird. Not that I haven't given up on stuff before. What was it? Last world, I had to build a new bike because I ran my bike right out into the radiation zone and couldn't get to it. No, I'm gonna hold on using this coffee till I get a little closer to my stamina bottoming out here. Not too much more though. Try and finagle my way over to... Oof, wow, coffee works differently than I expected. Alcohol gives you a regen boost, but man, that coffee filled my stamina all the way back up and gave me a boost. I also think it makes you warmer. Which should be good, because I'm running through the snow in my underwear. I've run through the snow in bare feet, but I've never run through the snow in just underwear. But even that is pretty cold. I'm not a fan of shoes and socks when I am at home, so sometimes you need to step outside for a little bit to grab something, or, you know, somebody asks you to help them carry something in for a second, and you go out in the cold without grabbing your shoes. Maybe you don't. I don't know. I've done it a few times. Probably a few times every winter, honestly. The worst thing I've ever done barefoot involving outside with temperature-related things was I remember I went out to put the little sticker you get from the Secretary of State's office. I forget what it's called. Your registration sticker, whatever it is. I remember going out one year to put that on my car barefoot, and it's like the middle of summer, you know, and so man, I burnt my feet. They hurt so bad for like 3 days. Ugh. That was not good. That was not good. But, yeah, this coffee thing turned out to be a great idea here. I am well on my way to getting my stuff back. I do not appreciate the traps in this place. I did not expect the floor just to randomly give way. Yeah, I don't want to be a floor anymore. So we played some D&D Tuesday night. I think I usually talk about D&D on my Friday episode of 7 Days to Die. Man, I'll tell you what. We got in a bit of scuffle, verbal scuffle with an NPC. he got verbally knocked down by his boss in front of us because of what he said. And we... Oh, my coffee ran out. Oh, great. We had taken a job from her, and we had returned and delivered what she wanted. And so it's not like we hadn't had like 2 or 3 interactions with her. And she was pleasant every time we had an interaction with her. Not her assistant guy, but she was pleasant. And gruff, but pleasant. And so we come back like the 3rd or 4th time to talk to her because we saw a lot of people moving in and out of places, and we wanted to know what was going on, if she needed any help, because we'd already helped her once. And she was like vicious toward us all of a sudden for no apparent reason. And so we were very curious, and so we tried to break in and get some information on her, but I'm pretty sure I told this story before, but the guy who runs the game changed the information in the middle of it so that we failed to acquire any information because he changed what the room looked like after we made our decisions, which was really irritating to me. There's a lot he does that's really irritating to me. So we jokingly said, well, once we finish this, we're gonna come back and we're gonna break into her place and we'll wipe out all our guards and get all the information we want about her. And so then later he asked us if we were really gonna do that, and we're like, no, we were just joking. And he just keeps saying, well, you guys said you wanted to kill her. We've told him like 15 times at least that it was a joke, and he refuses to let it go. And so we finish some stuff up, and we gotta come back to town to turn the information in, or we could just push straight on to this cavern system that we gotta go to. So we decided to go back to town to finish up what little bits we had there, because this guy wanted his gear. We found his weapons and armor and stuff in the place we were just at, and stuff like that. And so we get to the night where we just finished the castle. We gotta go back to either town or go to the cave. And the DM sits down and he goes like, here's the deal. You guys have to make a choice where you're going. You're either going back to town or you're going to the cave. But I'm going to tell you right now that if you go to the cave, I don't have anything prepared for tonight, so we won't be able to play. Which would be something if he was making this up, but he's not making this up. This is a store-bought campaign that has all the information already laid out for you, basically. I mean, there's some stuff you've got to do on your own, but for the most part, they have it all laid out. And so there's no reason for him not to be ready to do the thing that you're supposed to do in the game. And on top of that, he complains that we're too powerful and that we've gone through the levels too fast. And so we're like, fine, we'll go back to town. I'm like, oh, great. What's he going to make us do in town? And so we get back to town because he wants us to fight this woman now. Because we said, jokingly, that we were going to kill her. Now we've got to fight her for some reason. And so we get back to town. And when we approach town, it's overrun with zombies. And we had this... one of the counters in the game has you tackle a necromancer. And I don't think you have to kill him, but we did. And necromancers in that type of game are either okay or illegal. And so we questioned the DM, but he didn't have an answer for us on whether it was illegal or not. And so we went with, okay, then it's illegal, I guess. And so, anyways, we went up with his spell book, and when we went back to town, someone stole it from us. Only they stole it from us in a way that we couldn't do anything about it. And it was the same night that I tried to break in and steal the information from the woman, and he changed all her stuff around so that I wasn't going to get any information out of her. And yeah, I think this is where I went. Okay, now. So the guy who has been labeled in the game by the DM as Weasley, and he's rude to us, and all sorts of stuff like that, somehow manages to not only sneak into our rooms without us detecting him, but also leap out of a second-story window and run faster than my character, who can run twice as fast as normal characters. Like, the dude's a wizard, so at best he could do 60 feet. At my best, I could do 105 feet. So I should be able to outdistance him. But somehow he managed to run so far away and then use a spell that lets him go another 30 feet to get away from me. And then vanish with the... None of his abilities would have allowed him to do what he did. And so they got away with a book that we didn't even want. And so it wasn't a big deal. Big deal to us. And so when we came back, apparently the guy who was rude to us had used it to summon zombies, which is where we're at. And, hey, you were dead. I killed you last time I was here, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, treasure map. And so we get going. I'm so afraid that the floor is going to collapse underneath me now. So we get back to town, and like I said, there's zombies, and oh, you know, it's a big sign there that says beware, and then I totally wasn't. And so we start going through town, and then we get another moment that irritates me from the DM. We're going to a place that we can see, not hidden, not anything like that. We can see it, and somehow we couldn't see the zombies between us and it, even though it was an empty field. And one of them, get this, one of them is a zombie ogre. Ooh, there we go. There's the mini bike book. Hey, I said one, not two. Stupid businessman. And so that's where we ended last time we played. And that was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, because we didn't play the last 2 weeks. Scrap boots. I thought that said scrap robot. I'm like, robot? That sounds awesome. I could use a robot. So I already did the hunting rifle thing. Let's throw that on the ground then. And so we pick back up this week fighting the zombie ogre and the few zombies, normal zombie. Well, they're not normal zombies. He's beefed them up because, once again, he feels we're too powerful. And, oh, I already just did this one. And he feels that we're having too easy of a time. Meanwhile, he makes his character hide behind the sorcerer every time he has combat, even though his character is technically a melee class who should be toward the front lines. But yeah, he hides all the time. He's not a rogue, so it's not like attack, hide, get advantage. He's a combat monk, like Kung Fu. And so he uses his extra movement speed to hide behind the sorcerer almost every round of combat. It's great. And, oop, I don't have that one. And I do have painting metal. And so we get going, and, you know, I need to take this off so I can see what I'm doing here. That's under this. And, so, ooh, nice. Take ammo. Shotgun. Oh, nice. I didn't have shotgun yet. I didn't know that. So, we fight that off, and then we go get some... Well, I went and got some more armor, and he's like, you know, there's just normal stuff in here, so I went ahead and swapped out to better armor, because we asked if they had better armor available, so that, I think I've gone in a circle, right? Because I'm pretty sure I came into this place from around... Oh, no. Nope, this is not where I thought I was at. Never mind. Aw. I just did wall covers. Ooh, I will take that helmet with me for sure. So, then he's like, roll to see if you find a magic item. So I think one of the characters rolled a 20. Not a natural 20, which is like super special, but just a regular 20. And that wasn't good enough to find a magic item, apparently. I'm sure if he'd have rolled a 20 for his character, he'd have found one, but, you know. So, so we go on to, we go on our way, and we make it to the building where the woman who we jokingly said we wanted to kill. It's important that I keep telling you that we jokingly said we wanted to kill her. It's important to this story. So we get into her building, and we look in her office, and there's nothing in her office, and so we sneak into the storeroom, and we had seen traps that alerted them before, and so our sorcerer willy-nilly triggered one, and so the bad guy knew we were coming. So when we entered the place, he called for us to come in. And so it was the sniveling assistant who apparently had gained all this necromantic power since the last time we'd seen him. Alright, I think that is nearly everywhere around through here. Let me check this place to make sure this isn't... I felt like there were some rooms that connected to each other, and... got heat stroke, apparently. Yeah, I've been here. And so, we enter the room, and he gets this smug look on his face, right? And he starts describing the room. And, the woman who was suddenly vicious to us for no reason is named Halia. And so he's like, Um, he's like, there's the people you rescued back at the beginning of the game, surrounded by zombies, and we use a little map so we can see. You know, we use tabletop simulator so we can actually see what's going on. And there's the people you rescued from the cave system at the beginning of the game, and they're surrounded by zombies about to be killed, and you know, there stands Worm Tongue, he calls the guy. It wasn't his name at the beginning, but that's what he changed his name to. Because he can't remember what he named the guy, or what his name's supposed to be. And then there's a red X on the ground, and he's like, so next to him is a giant fleshy monstrosity. We had to fight a flesh golem. And then there on the ground next to him, full of dagger marks, or stabs from a dagger, is Talani. And we're like, who's Talani? He's like, the woman that runs the miners exchange. And we're like, no. He's like, yeah, her name's Talani. And we're like, her name's Halia. Whatever, I can't be bothered to remember all these names. And he's like, you said you wanted to kill her, but you're not going to get a chance to, with his, look at that, I stopped you from doing the thing you said you were going to do, grin on his face. And we're like, dude, we never meant we wanted to kill her. We've told you a dozen times it was a joke. Which you've said it 4 times tonight alone, and 4 times we told you it was a joke. I don't know why you can't get through your thick skull, man. We didn't mean it. It was a joke. I think there's a ladder. Oh man, there's so many. I kind of want to bust one of these open just to see if there's a ladder on the other side, because on the lower levels, there was a ladder that you could get up to the 2nd floor. I kind of wanted to go up on the roof of this place. Oh wait, that says 12,000. Seriously? 12,000 to get through that. That's not happening. Alright then. Well, we have explored the corporate headquarters of Crackabooks. I am not going to be able to run home tonight because, well, it's nighttime. And so that is going to take... I definitely need to wait till daytime for that. Is that more houses over there? I'm pretty sure I can't... Oh, let me turn on my light. That's 3,000 to get through this glass? What about this? It's 6,000 to get through that? Dude, you can't get out of this building. Where's the stairwell that I came up here with? That's the... I'm not getting through that because it's 12,000 to get through that. Let's try back over here. So yeah, it was just like, dude, how many times we gotta tell you we didn't mean that? I don't know why you're so fixated on the fact that we said one time, hey, we should kill her. And then you're like, man, see, I went and stopped you from being able to do that thing you said you wanted to do, but we didn't really mean we wanted to do it. I don't think it's a hard concept to understand. Either way, though, we managed to kill off all his. He wasn't pleased. I don't get it. Like, we got characters. The characters have abilities. The abilities are straight out of the book. We didn't make anything up. We're not using anything special. And when we got back to town, my plan was I asked him if before we got back to town and found out that it had been overrun with zombies, if it was possible that they would have a set of plate armor in town. And so he said, yeah, sure. And so I figured between my between two of the characters, we had enough money to pool together to yes, there's a ladder here that would allow me to come on, let go. We still got a couple of seconds here. Maybe I can go. Oh, hey. Take a look out through here. I wanted to see if those were houses I saw in the distance. As soon as I can figure out which way is out. This looks like out. Well, it does look like out, but not through there. Is this way out? Yeah, there we go. So from the top... Oh, there are some houses, but it's not... No, this is what I was seeing out the top window there. Man, what is up with my stamina? My guy is always out of stamina. Get some stamina, man. I know, you're a little bit hungry, but come on. Whoa. Really? I feel like I was just as close to him as he was to me, and I missed. I better take one of these. And now I'm out of food. Ooh, duct tape. I'll take that for sure. This is water, not recipes. This is water right here. Why? Oh, because I put on that coat. That's what's happening here. I put on that coat and it's killing me. It's slowing me way down. But, yeah, so we're in this room and he's like, draw me, or he goes, draw me a big square, which is irritating in and of itself. I can't be bothered to do the DM section of the game by drawing out the map you're about to see, so I need one of you to draw the map for me, because I've got better things to do with my time, because I didn't actually, you know, I didn't actually copy out the monster stats before we started tonight, even though it's been 3 weeks since we played, and I've had this planned out for at least 3 weeks. So I draw a square, and he's like, yeah, that looks great. And then he starts putting stuff in it, and I'm like, you're aware that that's like 90 feet. He's like, yeah, that'd be the size of a small shop. And I'm like, you've been to my house. It's like 35 feet across the room. Poopy Pants Daycare. It's like 35 feet across the room. You think the tiny shop is longer than my room? Seems a tad excessive. So he eventually put us in a 30 by 30 room. And, or maybe it was a 45 by 30 room. And, what is up with this place? It's like too... Damn, maybe not. I'm gonna go in here, I think, for the night, right here. I should be able to get up in the attic. Well, except it's gonna take me 20 years to get the garage door smashed open here, because I have no stamina. I have heat stroke, and I'm not regaining my stamina. And And so we got started, and I rolled higher initiative than his zombies because he was going to kill the people we rescued in front of us. That was his plan. And so I played cleric. Oh. And so I immediately ran forward. Oh, there is no ladder in here. This place does not have a second floor. Let me check. This has got the same layout as oh, there we go. Great. My stamina regen came back at the same moment. Oh, right there. As night. Come on, dude. You gotta break this down ASAP. So, we get in there, right, and I run my cleric up to the civilians, and in the game, they have this ability called Turn Undead. Whoa! Dang it. Dang it. Alright, so I will be spending my time in the bookstore. Anyways, let me finish my story here real quick, and then we'll call it a day. So, I ran up, I cast Turn Undead. 3 of his 4 zombies ran away from me, which meant they couldn't attack the civilians. The fourth zombie we managed to kill before it got to the zombies' turn. So he was so mad that we knocked out his zombie's ability to attack us, or attack the civilians, that he made me read to him the Turn Undead ability out of the book, and they can't break it for a minute unless they take damage, and so he used one of his wizard's spells to attack all of his zombies. I think he might have not used that spell correctly. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure he cheated again. I'm going to have to look up that spell he used. I have to look up his abilities because he's always using the best parts of them and ignoring the actual way they work. But I'm pretty sure he used a spell that only targets one thing to target all 3 of his zombies. And so he hit all the zombies to make them able to attack us. But we'd already wiped out, or saved the civilians, so I didn't care at that point. And then I cast a giant silence area that filled up most of the room, so then his wizard had to come past us to be able to cast spells. And then we pretty much mopped up the rest of his stuff. And, yeah, and I'm like, dude, you've been complaining that we're too powerful, but you're going to send us into the end of the game a level ahead of where we're supposed to be because of what you're making us do here in this town. You know that, right? He's like, well, you guys said you wanted to kill that woman. No, we didn't. We didn't mean it, and we didn't mean it, and I've said it like 19 times. Alright, with that, click like, subscribe, share, and catch the next one, and I will talk to you later.